Alright, really fun video today. Trying to keep it as impactful as I can. This is I'm looking at a specific move, which is the step back to create a closeout and then crossover move. It's different from most other crossover moves in that this is a responsive move. It's not something you look to create, it's something you choose to do anytime you use a step back dribble to create space and the defender closes out to you. If they're closing out to you, they're on your toes going forward. And you see here, this defender's ability to move laterally or backwards is basically none when they're on their toes. So when do you want to use this move? Well, really anytime that you want space from the defender, so anytime you can take a step backwards to create space is good. They won't close out to you all of the time. If you're far from the basket, why would they, right? So this is a good move to use if the defender is really harassing you. If they're getting all up in your stuff, you can take a step back and just blow by them. And the way it works is if they bite, or if they bite on the step back, they're running out to you. They can't predict this and pick the ball from it because they're just in a position where it's just a turnover. You see me do it in game clip, and I've never been picked. I have had turnovers, I think at least one where it went off my own foot, but it's just really not a force at all, it's just a good move. So, I mean, this is a good thing to do if the defender thinks they're going to guard you half court or full court or whatever. You just take a step back and blow by them, and they're going to probably not even do that again because you can just go by them. So here am I working on the footwork on the field. I like to work out barefoot. First thing I want to say is you can see that the weight is all on my back foot. I'm on my back foot and I'm dragging my front foot. That's a different kind of lateral slide than you normally see. Most lateral slides, you're going to be on your front foot. That creates the power. That's a more natural way to move. But when you're on your back foot, it allows you to be on that back foot to push off to go forward at any moment. If the opponent or defender chooses to close out, if you're on your back foot at that moment, you can execute the move. So if you want to be able to move forward aggressively, you want to be on your back foot for as long as possible. And that's completely different than the way you would play defense, where you'd want to be on your front foot as it allows you to move laterally and or backwards. So that's a thing. You can see me working on various footworks here for the move. Basically the way it works is you have your weight on your back foot, and if the defender closes out, you can just cross. You can go through the legs, or you can go behind the back, or you can go in front. In front, it's pretty hard to reach anyways. It's never, I mean, I told you it's never been picked. Maybe I'm not playing with good defenders, but if you do it when they decide they're going to close out to you, there's not really anything they can do. Although, in case there is, or a double comes at the time, I'm practicing the footwork to throw behind the back also. Step back, close out, up, behind the back. So, just in case, it's nice to have a counter move so that you're not just locked in. Yeah, here we go. I'm doing crossover. They bite on it. Step back. Yeah, and I'm doing behind the back step backs. And this, if they bite super hard to your dribbling hand, you can use this one. Through the legs offers the least protection, but it's the slowest. There's benefits to each. But I highly recommend getting on the soccer field or whatever, getting in the basketball court, getting in the beach, and just working on your moves, footwork, and kind of understanding how they work. This is a really useful move, and I hope you find it fun and something that you can incorporate into your game, as it's not a force, it's something strategic. You'll find that there's times where you're going to be wanting to be step back to create space, either for floor balance or whatever. And anytime that you do, if they get on the front of their feet and close out to you, that's an easy blow by. You can, in my footwork, you'll also, if you look, identify me doing this not as a crossover, but just going forward. But I prefer to do it as a crossover because it's more natural in the body. The cut isn't as hard as you can push laterally, convert laterally rather than going totally front backwards. So here's the move one more time. I get defender. I'd rather create some more space. I'm pretty close to the basket. Step back, defender closes out. Bam, I buy. Another defender helps, one pass away. Hit my teammate for an easy shot. So that is the step back crossover, or step back closeout crossover. Really fun move, really useful, and that's a little bit of an eye into the training process for pulling this off in games. So